Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and we're having a look at the KNT Netball Association with Sally Bywater after another tight round of games. How are you, Sally? It looks like it's becoming a bit of a habit in the KNT Netball Association of having a nice close slate of games.
Yeah, it's great, our competition this year. It's great to be back and this week and to discuss all things netball.
Well, just to completely contradict myself, why don't we start with the game that wasn't close? It was Border Districts beating Padthaway 66-31. So we don't see many blowouts in this association, but this was one of them, a good win by Border Districts.
It was, and yes, Border Districts really want to probably have a decent win. They've been up and down a fair bit this season. They've had injury, they've had illness, they've had a bit of everything going on. So for them to cement a great win was really good for them. And it was quite close at quarter time, only 5 goals in it. But then in that second quarter, Border Districts 21, getting that edge over Padthaway, only the 5 goals. But it was great to see Padthaway consistent all game to try and get some goals on the board.
Good win by Border Districts there, and there was only one other game that was decided by more than 10 goals. That was Mundalla beating Lucindale. So Mundalla, they're looking a bit unstoppable at the moment.
They are looking good at the top, and I'm sure it always looks good from up there. So another great win here by Mundalla. Lucindale, I know they had a few injuries and a few people out, so they had to rearrange their side a bit, but they were still quite competitive. Obviously, 24 goals isn't going to win many games for you, but so it's obviously great defensive pressure from Mundalla, but they also kept them to 38. So, probably next time they meet, it could be a different story.
Absolutely. So, a very good win from Mundalla there. They are just rolling on, and Lucindale are a good side. So, for them to go down by 14 does say, I don't know, what do you think, Sally? Does that say more about Mundalla or more about Lucindale?
I think on that one, Mundalla, we obviously speak about them quite highly every week. So, I think it's really saying how good they're going to be. And, hopefully 16 rounds doesn't do too much to them. But, Lucindale, I think it might have just been where they need to get to.
Well, let's keep working our way back towards the closest match of the round. We've started with the biggest margin. We'll keep going in that trend. Keith beat Narracourt 51-41. A couple of heavyweights here. Looks like this was a good game.
Absolutely, we thought this might be a great game between these two sides. Narracourt's been playing quite good netball this season and just getting a few wins on the board, which is great. But obviously, Keith had their first loss last week against Mundalla, so they really wanted to probably get back in that winner's circle, and they just played a really great game and very consistent all over the court.
So we've spoken about Narracourt needing to win those sorts of games against the teams above them on the ladder if they're really going to make a push. They weren't able to get this one, but they will get more opportunities before we know it. Penola also had a pretty good win. They beat Bordertown 42-33. A win's a win, but we might have expected a bit of a bigger margin than that.
I would have thought so, Obviously, on their ladder position, we would probably think that Penola would have had a really good win here. But, for Bordertown to only go down by 9, that's a great effort by them. And very, very close second half. They only went down by 3 goals. So it was just that first quarter they got off to a slow start. So, hopefully they play consistent 4 quarters and back in the winner's circle. But a great win here by Penola, very consistent all over the court.
Yep, Bordertown should be pretty happy with that effort, but Penola take the points. And the last game of the round, Kybe Bolite drop one at home to Kingston. Very tight game here. Kingston running out 57-55 winners, and it's probably not the result that we expected.
No, I'll probably again we speak about Kingston. Probably down, having not had a side for a few years, but to get a win on the board against Kybe was just a fantastic effort. Kybe's always around the mark there, on the edge of that fifth, sixth, fourth position. So I think to get that 2-goal win against them was great, and they obviously set that up in the first half, having a great first half. But Kybe won the last quarter by 3, so, if they had an extra time, it might have been a different story, but a great win here by the Kingston girls. Yeah,
really good win by Kingston there. That will give them a lot of confidence going into next week. But before we get to their game, let's have a look at Kybe's next game. They're going up against Bordertown in Bordertown. Now, Bordertown are coming off a really good performance last week, and Kybe Bolite, well, they've dropped to 3-3 on the season with a pretty poor percentage. They really need this win, but Bordertown will be coming in very confident.
Absolutely. I think this will be a great game, and we probably would have penciled in Kybe earlier in the season to get the win, but anything can happen, and Bordertown back on that training track this week, working on those positives from last week, and Kybe obviously really hitting the hard track this week and wanting to get another win, so I think Kybe is a close one.
I think you're right. We would have penciled that in as a Kybe win not all that long ago, but suddenly it is looming as a really important game and one of the games of the round. Let's look to Kingston's next game. They're hosting Mundalla, so they'll be looking to go win a couple on the trot, but it will be very tough for them. No one's beaten Mundalla yet. Can they be the first?
Anything can happen. Anything is possible, but I don't think it'll be this week. I think Mundalla's playing some great netball, and I think they'll continue on that way today. And they've got a really good defensive combination. So I think Kingston to score goals, I'll get them on the board. That might give them a chance. But yeah, I think it'll be a great game with Mundalla getting the win.
Border Districts and Penola are taking each other on after both scoring wins last week. Border Districts with a very big win and Penola with a tighter than expected win. But it's a new week this week. How do you think this one will play out?
No, I'm going for this one for nearly one of the matches of the round. I think this will be great between third and fifth. So Penola's got the 4 wins and Border Districts the 3. And Borders, like we've said, they've had that great win last week. They're coming off all confident and everything. And Penola, they've just got over the line against Bordertown. So I think it'll be a great game, and I'm going to go for Penola in a close one.
Keith, 5-1 on the season. Padthaway, 0-6 on the season. They're facing off at Keith. You would think that Padthaway will struggle in this one.
I think so, but I just hopefully they can look consistent 4 quarters on the board and work towards their goals for the game. So I think Keith will have a nice win at home, and they're playing some great netball this season. So just let's hope for a great game.
And the last game of the round, this one is certainly shaping up as a contender for match of the round. Lucindale hosting Narracourt. They're both sitting at 3 wins and 3 losses on the season. Very important game here for both teams to try and bust into that upper echelon.
Absolutely. I think, like you've just touched on, another match of the round here between these two sides. Obviously, even on points, so not much separating them in that half. But, obviously, we speak about Narracourt over the past few years, needing to win these close ones against the teams above on the ladder. So this is one of those occasions. So hopefully they can take it up to Lucindale. Hopefully Lucindale's fit and got 7 players on the court that are all there doing their job. So I think Lucindale win a close one.
All right, 6 rounds down, 10 rounds to go, and it all continues tomorrow. Sally, enjoy all the action. Good luck to everyone playing in the KNT Netball Association this weekend. Some thrilling games on the cards for tomorrow. All the best, Sally. We'll speak to you in a couple of weeks after the long weekend.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.